Hi, I'm Shamini, the producer and director of Learning Su Han Phuc, which means happiness in Vietnamese. This is a bit hard for me, but I'm just going to try my best, I guess. Going into this project, I knew it was very personal. The narrative I wanted to explore was as much of a creative process as it is a personal journey. But I honestly didn't expect myself to be so completely and utterly subsumed by it. Nothing else seems to matter. All of my financial resources are tied into this. And yeah, and every day I feel like I've reached my emotional capacity, but yet I increasingly find myself emotionally invested. Inevitably, we've become such a huge part of the people's life that we're following, and it's very amazing to see how with time spent, you see how barriers are broken, bonds are formed, and how you see how care sort of becomes love, and this love actually transcends language barriers, cultural, economic barriers. They transcend through all of these things that are impediments in allowing us to bond, and you see how it is something that is so pure and unadulterated and so genuine, and it just gets to you. Every day when we leave this village to go back to town to where we stay in, it gets very, very tricky and hard because they ask us will you be back the next day? And we say yes. And even though we're saying yes, we'll be here the next day, the struggle is extremely genuine and it's so hard to deal with. Because at the back of your mind, it nags at you. How are you going to handle the day when you're going to actually say no? We're not. It's our last day here, and it's just beyond us how we're going to do this. And coming into this project, we knew that time is the greatest asset that we could have for this film. And it's also one of the biggest impediments that we face, because with having the time spent here, it's a lot of financial resources that we require. And honestly, just to make this one trip work, we've exhausted almost everything that we have. And it gets scary. It's honestly a really, really scary process to put everything that you have into something that you believe so strongly, and the biggest worry is that you don't know if you have the ability to carry on, to sustain it. We've already put in all we've got to take the first leap of faith. We just really need all the help we can get to sustain us and pull us through. And as cliche as it sounds, every amount does matter. It really, really does. And if it's a huge vote of confidence, trust and motivation that pushes through each day, and regardless of amount, trust me when I say this, it feels personal. Every like, retweet or contribution, it feels personal. And we can't thank you enough for all of our supporters out there and for all the people who are watching this. From the bottom of our hearts, on behalf of my team and I say thank you. And we really, really hope that you'll be a part of this journey of learning happiness with us.